It's about to get live. We keep it pretty level, no surprise. Come and listen to the topics busted. Yeah, check out our discussion. Keith Norris and D2K. K-Bump 20 on the MIC. Jet Eye Night all the way in Germany. Leveled head, you know who that boy is. But I say, live and level, live and level. We on the MIC. Live and level, live and level. We just talking them games. Live and level, live and level. Take a seat and listen up, man. Live and level, live and level.
What's up, people? This is your boy Leveled Head, and this is another Live and Level Gamers podcast. This is episode 156. Is gaming journalism dead? That's what we're going to talk about today. Right now, I'm on my lonesome. I'm by myself, folks. I'm by myself. Yeah. I have nobody with. Oh, D2K is here. I'm on my lonesome. I'm by myself. What's up, D2? Okay. Well, we're glad that you're tuning in. I hear you tapping. What's up, bro? We are live. What's been good?
It's been good. It's been all right, I guess. Couldn't do the last week because I had a birthday party to go to, but back here now.
Understood. Well, Keith's going to jump in here a little bit later. He's held up at the moment. K-Bump 20 is with the wife. And Jedi Knight has an appointment he has to be at tomorrow early, so he won't be jumping on tonight. So, but anyway, man, this is the Live and Level Gamers podcast. Welcome. Let us know who you are. Sign off in the live chat. Let us know if you're listening, what your name is, that we can shoot you a live shout out right here live on the Live and Level Gamers podcast. If you're not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscription and hit the notification button so that you can be alerted every time we have a podcast popping off. I need to start doing that more so that y'all will know that we want you guys to stick around. We want you to join our team. We want you to stay listening fans. That's what we want. That's what we desire. And the only way we're going to do that is to remind you every time we get on these mics to hit that subscription button and notification bell. That way, when we have these podcasts about to pop off, you will know about it. But anyway, what's up, D2K? What you been good on, man?
I've just been working, trying to do the thing, I guess.
Okay.
I see that Jerry Totten says
Totten live and hype Nintendo Direct confirmed. When was this confirmed? Hey, hold up. Jerry, more information, please, because I didn't know anything about this. Let me know. The Sundays are busy for me. I know it's busy.
I can't believe it. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Direct is coming on Wednesday. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? I'll say it again. I just pulled it up on Google. It's reported on CNET, My Nintendo News, a couple other places. It's been on Twitter. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Direct is coming Wednesday. Not a Nintendo Direct, a Smash Bros. Nintendo Direct.
I told you, man. See, this is the type of stuff. This is what makes me mad, man, because I told you. Nintendo is going to do another Direct. I didn't think they'd do it this soon because the game doesn't come out until December. I ain't heard you laugh this much. I haven't heard you laugh this much in a minute. So it's 10 a.m. Eastern time. So that's 11 a.m. my time. Because Eastern time.
That's 9. That'll be 9.
That'll be 9 my time because I'm an hour ahead. Yeah. Or hour. Am I an hour ahead or they're an hour ahead of me?
We're all back.
Yeah. So if it's 10 their time, it'll be 7. It'll be 9 our time. Right. This is bull crap. see. Anyway, see, we had started off the top of the show with some news that makes no sense. I'm sorry, this makes no sense. We just had an E3.
Oh boy, I cannot wait for the damage control video.
This has to be. There has to be some type of online, some parts of the online service that must be. They must going to talk. They can't just be talking about Smash. They got to be.
Well, it's not going to be. I mean, they never just talk about one thing in their direct. They always talk about other stuff too. But this should not even be happening at all.
Not this early. See, they should be talking about the online services that's coming up next month.
They might be talking about that, and they might be tying it in.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking this might be a tie-in. Either way it go.
But still, why didn't you just wait until this direct to do this instead of hogging the whole E3? What's
up, the Dark Sun Rider?
Wow.
You playing Splatoon 2? I might have to get on this Splatoon 2 when I get off here. I was listening to Red Knight talk about that Splatoon 2, and it kind of made me want to go play. No, we sitting here talking about the fact that Nintendo is about to have a Nintendo Direct that is named is dedicated to Smash Bros. And I said, I knew my prediction was going to come to pass. I knew it was going to come to fruition, but I did not think it would be literal 2 months removed from E3. That makes no sense.
This is the same company that sold you an electronic device without an AC adapter and told you to go out and buy a used one. This is the same company that's told you to go out and pay $70 for a cardboard box.
Okay, Dark Sun.
Nothing surprises me about Nintendo anymore.
Are you following? Hold up. Let me get something. It don't surprise me, D2K. You're right. It don't surprise me. We gonna get into this. Dark Sun, do you follow me on the Switch? You got my are we friends to make sure when I jump on there I can find you? If not, send me your friend code. You can even private it to me or something, the way I can look you up. That way I can find you when I jump on. I've been playing that Paladins, man. We're finna get into this, but we just been hit with some off-the-cuff news that we didn't know about. So I'm sorry, we starting off with news that we didn't know about, so we kind of giving our live thoughts. So it's called Nintendo Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct. That's what it's called?
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Direct coming this week.
So what was E3?
Part 1. This is part 2 of the same direct, I guess.
I guess so. All right, Dark Sun. All right. We already friends. Cool. When I jump off here, when I go upstairs, I'm gonna probably jump on that. I'll send you a invite once I jump on, man, because I want to jump on that today. Yeah, blame it on Red Knight. He was talking about it. I was like, I've been on that Paladins though, but this is some crap, man. This don't make any kind of sense. This is not needed. We need to hear about what you have come. If anything, you'll be talking about the Pokemon game right now.
Now, this is what was posted on Event Hubs, which is kind of like a gaming website, and this was posted by Dakota Dark Horse Hills about 45 minutes ago. Today is the final day of EVO 2018, where 5 games received the top spot on the main stage in Las Vegas, Nevada, which also now comes with announcements for the titles being played at the event. Before the start of Smash Bros. Melee Grand Finals at EVO 2018, Nintendo announced a new Nintendo Direct stream would be coming for the new Smash Bros. Title very soon. A Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Direct will be held on August 8th at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we already went through the time frames earlier.
Yeah.
The new stream will feature new game information delivered by director Masahiro Sakurai, according to Nintendo Versus announcement on Twitter. No other details have been announced at this time, but there will be likely more characters announced on Wednesday, since we've known a rumor / leak that suggested there was still at least a half dozen characters yet to be announced for Smash Bros. Ultimate already massive roster.
They couldn't wait till December. I mean, they couldn't wait to know this. Okay, first, let me send a shout out to Phoenix Star 5000. What's up, bro? Thanks for listening. I meant to send you a shout out because you one gave us the time that it was starting. But my bad. I got distracted with being upset with the fact that we even having this direct. And Jerry Totten, thank you, bro, for letting us know. You kind of jumped in, letting us know this was popping off. I'm excited to see what they're gonna say, but I'm upset that they already are coming. The direct after E3 should not be more Smash Bros.
You know, we knew another direct was coming, period, and we knew there were going to be another Smash dedicated direct. It just doesn't make any sense to have it this soon. I don't have a problem with them having another Smash Bros. Direct.
Yeah.
We knew they were going to do that, but the fact that you had this less than 2 months after E3 basically shows a complete disregard for the whole E3 event. There was no purpose for Nintendo to even show up.
Yeah. Shout out to SimZim. What's up, bro? AKA Fro King. Is that how you say it? What's up, bro? Happy to hear you in here. And I appreciate that. Yo. Anyway, you're right, D2K. I don't this is okay.
But it's like Nintendo, they intentionally do things that make absolutely no sense just to see how far they could push it. Because 2 days from now, everybody right now saying, oh, this is the stupidest thing ever. Why are they doing that? Blah, 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 blah. I guarantee you, within 2 days, there will be videos posted on YouTube defending this. Well, you know, they should have did this in the first place, and this is the best course of action. This is the smartest idea, and you're stupid if you disagree. Blah, 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 yakety schmackety. Guarantee it. Watch.
You're right. Shouts out to First Name to the Bases. What's up, bro? Happy to have you in here. Yo. You're right, Todd, and I think should be a general direct or some Mindy's or something that has something to do with what's coming out between now and Pokemon.
It should have been the online. They should have talked about the online.
Dude, they could have had a Nintendo Direct dedicated to Octopath Traveler. Because look how that thing is doing. Like, Nintendo is tripping.
Well, if they don't have anything new to add to it, then it'd be kind of hard for them to do a direct just talking about it. You know,
I'm just saying, you're right. It's not that kind of. You're right. They missed the boat on. I'm just saying
they should have had one before.
They should have had one, right? Yeah. They should have had one.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you're right, Titan. They should have a general direct on the Nindy, something that's dealing with what's coming out right now. We have had enough Smash. They should have learned from the response at E3. We got enough Smash there to hold us over till Smash come out. To have more Smash, it's like, it scares me because it says, do you not have anything? That's what's bothering me.
It would have been better for them not to have Nintendo Direct at all because, nobody's really expecting one right now. It's kind of quiet across the scene in general, so there really was no need for Nintendo Direct. When you got Octopath Traveler, we can jump into that right after this. Might as well since we're talking about it. But that's selling well. Switch is still selling well. They got good things going on. So it wasn't really like you needed to stoke the fire, so to speak. You could have just left this alone and waited until like September, because someone's going to be at Tokyo Game Show probably, and they're going to be doing some stuff there. That's around the time you want to talk about Smash Brothers again. That's what I would do it.
You think that's okay? Well, they supposed to be at, what's this next thing coming up? I think you might have just said it. Something coming up, they said they're going to be at it this time. Some show that's coming up here soon. I can't remember the name of it right now. I don't keep once E3 over, I kind of tune out. But it'll come to my thoughts. Yeah, Phoenix Star. They really need, what'd you say, D2?
Is it Gamescom?
I think they're gonna be at Gamescom. That's it. You're right, Phoenix 5000. They really do need to talk about online. That's what I would think would have been the next thing, because that's the next big thing coming. Is online, and First Name basically is way more than enough. You're right. But let's do this. I'm watching, as y'all can see, I'm watching what y'all saying in here, and I'm kind of pulling it in as I see it. I see Zim says, "My boys, you my people, everyone of you plus comment section. I love it here. Love it here. Another direct. I'm with you on that. I almost forgot to jump in. They need to bring in another exclusive game. Right. Some we know nothing of. That's
something that we don't know. Yeah, some kind of surprise game or something.
Right, that's right. Sim, you are right on the money. It should be a game. They said it's games that's coming that we don't know. Can we get those games? I mean, because we got enough Smash. Like Phoenix first baser said, we have got more than enough Smash right now.
I think they really want to make sure that they dominate the holiday with Smash.
Yeah, but I think you're going to kill the hype before it. If Smash was coming out when Pokemon is coming out, I'm with it. Because Pokemon comes out what? October or September? Which one is it?
I'm not sure.
It's somewhere in that. It's before Smash. I know that. If Smash was that game and Pokemon was where Smash is, okay, that makes sense. But Smash is in December. Like, bro, you got a large time, a good distance of time to. You don't need to do this right now, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, November. Thank you, Dark Sun. Y'all be keeping your boy on the point. November is when Pokemon is coming out. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know what Nintendo is thinking. You gotta love them, I guess. I don't know.
No, you don't.
I didn't know what to say. Anyway, so welcome to the show. It's already lit. It's already popping off. We ain't even been on more than about 15 minutes now. We already got it jumping. So let's do this real quick. What you been gaming on, man? Since the last time we talked.
I've just been playing the normal stuff I play. I've been playing a little bit of more Overwatch. I actually played a little bit of Paladins on the Xbox.
Yeah.
I think I kind of like Paladins better than Overwatch in terms of the gameplay, how it feels. It might have just been the first impression, but it kind of feels, I don't feel as overwhelmed playing Paladins as I do playing Overwatch against other people. It just feels better to me for some reason. I don't know. I don't think I play any other new games. I downloaded Tekken 7 because they're doing like the free play this weekend. I downloaded that because I never bought it just to see if I wanted to buy it, and I don't. I've heard people online say that if you got Tekken Tag Tournament 2, then you don't need Tekken 7. And I didn't disagree with that, but I hadn't played the game myself, so I said I want to play it myself to really see if that's the truth. And after playing it, if you're a Tekken fanatic, then you really don't need anything other than a Tekken game past Tekken 5. I'm perfectly honest with you. Anything past Tekken 5 is good enough. If you go to the arcade, if you're good at Tekken 5 on forward, you go against the arcade, you can play any Tekken game that there's out there, and you can hold your own. Or pretty much you go all the way back to Tekken 3.
Yeah, I was going to say Tekken 3, Tekken Tag, any one of those, anything from Tekken Tag up. Because I think Tekken 3 and Tekken Tag is just Tekken 3 with, two characters instead of one.
Right.
I think you can play any of those games up, and you don't need a new Tekken since past Tekken Tag, in my opinion.
Right.
Maybe, like you said, 4 or 5 because they added the new characters, but the game is the exact same game every time. There's nothing different about it, but the visuals. And even in that, I don't even know if I even like the way the visuals have went with Tekken. I don't even know if I like the visuals. I
don't think the visuals look that much better on Tekken 7 compared to Tekken Tag 2.
No, they don't.
It looks pretty similar to me.
Yeah. Like you, is that all you played? Anything else?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Like you, I've been on that Paladins, man, and I'm with you. I can't say it's better than Overwatch because I've never really honestly played Overwatch. I watched K-Bun play it, and I won't say it's better than Overwatch, but between Fortnite and Paladins, I choose to go to Paladins more than Fortnite. And the reason is when you get shot in Fortnite, that's it. Right. You got to go out and start over and wait and to be, to jump from the bus and get into another game. Whereas Paladins, you spawn until that game is over. That particular session is over. And I like that. And I like the fact that the action is basically just pushing. You just meet up and just try to take everybody out as much as you can before you get took out. Right. And so it's constantly got a consistency in action that I like. I like and I don't like the fact that I don't know the characters, but I found one that I do like a whole lot. It's a female. I can't think of her name right now, but I do like her. But I got the free version, so as I play, I gain more characters as I play.
What? And who is she?
I can't think of her name. I can't even think of her name.
What does she look like? I mean, what type of weapon is she?
She's a I think either Caucasian or Asian. She got short hair. Her special is these two orbs come out, and as you shooting, they shoot out beams and hit whoever you hitting. I can't think of her name.
What's her normal weapon?
A machine gun.
Machine gun, okay.
It's either machine gun or laser, but it shoot out consistent like a machine gun to shoot consistently. It's pretty nice.
I'm not sure if it's the same character. There's a character that I was using. She's a female. She's got short, dark hair.
Yeah.
And she has it's either a machine gun or a sniper rifle. One or two. You can use it as a sniper rifle, or up close it's like a machine gun. I don't think I did her special move though. But yeah, that's the character that I was using. She was pretty cool. I felt comfortable using her, and I'm never good at sniping on any shooter game. But for some reason, with that, I was tagging people with it. So I'm like, okay, I like this. So
yeah, it's good, man. Yeah, I'm trying to understand what you asking me first. Now you said with the minimal choice of characters until you purchase the whole game? ? Yes, as you play the game, you can unlock all the characters. You just got to play a whole lot. Or you can purchase the game for like $29 and you get all the characters in that package. So you have to play the game, and as you play, the more you play, the more characters become available for use. So right now I'm at about 7 characters I can use. And it don't kill the fun. It's still fun, but I see other characters that other folks are using, and they take you out. they are not nice. They're unkind in the worstest way. So, but yeah, man, you should download that Paladins. I think you will enjoy it. If you like Overwatch, you like Fortnite. I mean, for a free-to-play game, Paladins is really good. Fortnite is really good, but Paladins is really good. And right now, I enjoy Fortnite a whole lot, but right now I'm really enjoying Paladins a little bit more. Not because it's a better game, but it's faster and it keeps you in the action longer. You don't have to go to the menu screen as soon as you get shot. That's your game. You got to start over. Paladins is more traditional in the sense that you respawn until that session is over. Until whoever team wins, you keep responding until a team wins. And I like that. And it's real fun to me. I've been playing it a whole lot. What else have I played? That's actually it. That's all I've played. So, again, welcome to the show. If you're in the live chat, keep saying stuff. I am looking. I'm saying what you guys are saying. I am incorporating you into the show. So while you're typing, I will say what you're saying and let you be heard live on the Live and Level Gamers podcast. Anyway, back to this Smash Bros for a second. So will we get another direct after this direct?
Yep.
It seems like that's what's gonna happen, doesn't it?
Why not? Why not? Why not? If they have the balls to do this, they're gonna do it. Because it is a while. It's not that far away, but it's still a while between now and when the game launches in December. So they're gonna have to stoke the fire a little bit at some point. So whether or not it's gonna be incorporated in another regular Nintendo Direct, or if they have another standalone Smash Direct, they're going to talk about it again.
Yeah, I appreciate that first name basis, man. You're going to jump on tonight, but right now you're listening to the Live Level Gamers Podcast. Appreciate that, bro. Well, let's get into these topics, man. To not, I think we got enough on the Smash. We'll talk about that another time. Until when we find out what they show, I'm pretty sure we'll hit it next Sunday when all the fellas are here. So, our main topic for tonight is has gaming journalists killed gaming journalism? That's the main topic. But before we get there, I want to talk about a few other things. I was hoping K-Bum 20 would be here. And I guess I saved that topic because he wanted to talk about game and loyalty programs going the way of the Dodo. Like, I don't know if you know, but GameStop, Best Buy, and a few others that had those. If you bought this particular thing, you got these perks and all that stuff. A lot of that stuff is going away. They taking all that away. To where you don't have
that stuff it was a joke anyway. I mean, like, for Best Buy, or Worst Buy as I like to call them, they had the little points program where you buy all this stuff. I mean, I think within 1 year's time, I bought close to over $2,000 worth of stuff. And you're like, here you go, here's a $5 gift card.
Yeah, Best Buy be tripping on that stuff, man. Go ahead.
What? So no, I'm not into all that stuff. I mean, all this stuff is to basically, make their company's bottom line higher. It's not designed to help you at all. So, I think that what's happening is that a lot of the shady business that these major corporations have been engaging in over the years is becoming an unsustainable practice. And you're starting to see these companies fall apart one by one, going out of business and whatnot. You see Toys R Us fall to the side. You see Radio Shack fall to the side. Now GameStop you're on the clock. So it's getting to the point where gamers don't really need you anymore. They don't need to. It's all about digital. It's all about streaming. It's all about getting your gaming in ways outside of physical forms. And as technology progresses and we get closer to the point where everybody can have broadband at an affordable price, high-speed broadband at an affordable price, it's going to get to the point where it's not going to be necessary to have a physical copy, because, like we talked about a couple of podcasts ago, is that even if you have a physical copy, they still control the license, and you can't do. It's basically a coaster until they allow you to use it. Right. So. And eventually that's where the companies want to go, because they can control things better that way. They can control a license and basically say, you can't game unless we allow you to do that. So that's why I say, if you're a person that just loves playing games, period, to get as much physical media as you can now and put it away.
Digital, that's where they're going. They're going digital. It's obvious that's what's hurting these programs. But to not allow us to go too far into it, because you hit on some good stuff, I'm gonna table it until K-Bun could be here, because that was the main topic that was what he wanted to talk about. So I don't want to talk about him without him being here. So we'll table that for next week. But Zim got a good question. He says, bros, what do you think the chances of us getting a Super Mario Bros spinoff like Super Wario Bros with the addition of playing as Waluigi would be? The art direction of this could be so different. You're right. But Zim, we talking about Nintendo. And we haven't had a Wario game like, I think it was Shake It. What was that game? On the Wii.
That Wario thing? Yeah.
Oh. No, it was a Wario game that was called Shake It something, where it was a game. It wasn't WarioWare. It was a real game where you shook the Wii controllers and he would do these dashes and all that stuff. Let me look that up. But Nintendo it's a lot of things that Nintendo can do with these characters that it seems to me that they don't want to take the chance. They don't want to gamble. They gamble in hardware, with controllers, with stuff that you might not want to gamble with. They gamble with that. but stuff that you could gamble with that to me would be a less of a loss. They don't gamble with like they IPs. Like, why haven't we got a Waluigi title? Why don't we have
that would be interesting if you had. I would prefer that to be a 2D game. That would be interesting if you had a Super Wario Brothers or Wario and then have it the same as Super Mario Bros. But instead of you using Wario and Waluigi, but have it be similar but different. You know, have their power ups be, you know, tied into the things that tied into those characters, and you know, I'm not sure who the end boss would be. Mario, I guess. You know, they would have to. I don't know who their end boss would be, but that would be interesting. That would be kind of cool. I think people would get into that. It would be different. You know, maybe they want to try something small with 2D before they go to a big, huge 3D type game. You know.
Yeah, the game was called Wario Land Shake It. It was on the Wii. I had the game. I bought it used for my son. It's a fun game. You just like Mario. Wario is trying to gain treasures and all that type of stuff. You can look it up on YouTube. It was a good game, and I think it did pretty decent for our sales too, especially on the Wii. It would do because the Wii was a phenomenon of a system. But I don't know, Simpson, why Nintendo doesn't take more chances with their IPs. Like, I don't get that. I don't understand it. You would think with a game like Smash Bros, who introduced the masses to a lot of these characters that they don't even know what game they belong to, Nintendo used Smash Bros to introduce these characters, and then from that build out and create games, small games. Like, look, how many Kirby games do we need? Could you not make a Kirby game and put that team and say, hey, y'all, don't make that Kirby game. Make a Waluigi game. Make a Wario game. Make a Melinda, is that her name? The new character that was introduced in Galaxy. What's her name? I don't know all these characters' names.
Rosalina?
Rosalina. Make a game around her. You know, like, make a game like, why haven't we got more Luigi's Mansion? You know,
well, that still could be coming. So we'll see.
Yeah, you're right. But they got a lot of characters, a lot of IP, a lot of characters that could create some great IPs for them. So, let me say it. He said, you're right. Only Nintendo, I guess. Right. I think we all should go to Japan and slap them up. I should do a slap yourself on the anyway. Let me not do that because I might lose all my subscribers. Anyway, but yeah, remember that game, man. Let me know any other questions y'all want, man. Don't feel free to ask because right now we having a kind of a free flow until we get to our main topic. But D2K, what do you think about the sales and what Octopath Traveler is doing? Like the fact that Square Enix can't keep up with the supply. They're actually selling out as soon as they restock the shelf with the title.
Well, that means
what's your thoughts on that?
Well, that means they got themselves a hit. And they just need to step up their game in terms of production and get more games out there because more games that are available to buy, more people are going to buy it. And you got to strike where the iron is hot. And while right now this is a hot title, everybody wants it. It's selling like hotcakes. So
yeah,
you got to find a way. You know, you got to divert funds from some other place towards this. You know, to make more money, then you do that, even if it's not what your passion is. Maybe your passion might be we trying to work on Final Fantasy VII, or we trying to work on this or that. You know, this is what's making you money right now. So you didn't need to go ahead and push all your chips to the middle of the table until they ride that train or ride that truck till the wheels fall off. Because I mean, who knows? At one point, it could be over just like that. So get as much money out of it as you can. Now, while people keep pumping DLC into it, if you can, you know, just stay on it. That's all I can really say.
I got your question down here, Leonardo. I'm gonna say it here in a second. But you're right, D2K. My thing with Nintendo is, and the fact that this game, I think what's causing this game to sell is the uniqueness of its design, like that homage to the 2D, the sprites, all that stuff. I think it's really an impressive looking game, just like Jedi Knight was saying, because he talked about it last podcast. It is a unique looking game, and is brilliantly made. It's a quality looking title. Now, I'm not into JRPGs, so I played it. I liked it, but it not enough for me to jump in it because that's not my type of game. But there's clearly an audience out there that wants this type of game. And to me, Nintendo putting all their energy into promoting games like Smash Bros., they totally, absolutely dropped the ball on games like this. And it goes into another, question with Leonardo said, what's with Nintendo ignoring Golden Sun? A new game would be great. That's what we're saying. Nintendo has a lot of games. I remember Nia was talking about, what's that game? She was saying Star Tropics. Mm-hmm. Like, Nintendo has all these great IPs. Another Mother. Instead of bringing back the old Mother, why don't you make a new Mother?
The Star Tropics could be Nintendo's version of Uncharted.
Right.
They could just sort of revise that and bring it back as something else. And people are like, whoa, where'd this come from? It'll seem like something new, but it's not. And that will be the beauty of it, because they can say, well, we had this franchise all along. And then they can release that game whenever they get their little their online service going and stuff like that. That could be one of the games they bring back, Star Tropics. Put that on the whatever they're going to call that thing that they're doing. People will buy it because the new game, they'll buy the old game too. They've never even heard of it before. So they have to. I mean, like Golden Sun was a game that a lot of people talked about. I remember a lot of people talking about that game when I was working for Best Buy way back in the day. A lot of people were talking about that, and like Chrono Trigger. That's another super popular game on the SNES back in the mid '90s. If they were to redo that or do it the same way they did Octopath Traveler, that's a gold mine right there. They just redid the original with the same style that did Octopath Traveler. It would be a monster.
Okay, yeah. So to answer your question, Leonardo, we don't know why Nintendo. It seems like Nintendo is just unwilling to take gambles with their actual games. They're willing to gamble with the hardware. They're willing to introduce a new way to play and a new controller, the GameCube, the Wii, the Wii U, and the gamepad, like the Switch. These are gambles. These are huge gambles that if it don't work, it don't matter what game you put on it. See what I'm saying? But IPs, you can make a game and a game doesn't work. You see what I'm saying? You can come back with another game and be fine. There's games that Sony has made that were good games, but they just didn't hit. When they hit the market, they died instantaneously. It's games EA and Activision and Bethesda, all these make games that don't connect with the audience. But if you're gonna gamble, I think gambling with IP would be better than gambling with your actual hardware. And it seems like Nintendo is more willing to gamble on hardware and concepts with the hardware than they are to gamble with the actual IPs that they put out. That could be a good topic, because Nintendo, everything is Mario. Like, we have right now on the Switch, we have Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We about to get Smash Bros. This is pretty much another Mario-laced title. Mario Aces. We about to get, what's that? Mario Party. Like Mario is like, can you not make? I like Aces, don't get me wrong, but could Aces not have been Golden Sun? Could Aces not been Wario Shake It 2? Could Aces not been another different IP that we haven't seen in a while, Star Tropics? Like, I don't understand what it is with Nintendo and their IPs, and why they are scared to gamble with them and take chances with them and let them be what they can be. And I don't know. Sony steady creating new ones. Nintendo's got enough to where they can run circles around Sony and Microsoft. They ain't even touching them. But go ahead.
And that's the thing, is that Nintendo doesn't even have to create new IPs, because they have their IPs are like 100 deep at least. I mean, they got stuff that they can bring back that hasn't seen a light of day since the NES, or even, since the Game and Watch days. So they can really do some things that they really wanted to, but it has a lot to do with the management structure in Nintendo. Very old, very stagnant, very rigid, very prideful. They think that they know everything. They think they understand gaming better than anybody else. They think they understand better of what we want than we do, and they don't want to move off of their podium. So it's going to have to be a regime change, and younger people are going to have to be in control of Nintendo at the top to filter down into these first-party studios to give us new ideas or bring back older ideas with a new twist to it. And maybe this new CEO that they have will be the person that sparks that flame, because he's about the same age that Iwata was when he took over, somewhere close to his 50s or whatever. So he's not young, but he's not old. So, we'll see what happens, going forward with this new CEO. Hopefully, he can bring some new ideas to the table. Say, we are going to go there. We are going to bring back Kid Icarus. We are going to bring back Golden Sun. We are going to bring back, stuff from the NES days. We're going to bring back Kung Fu or something like that, man. And make that our fighting game, our traditional, beat 'em up fighting game, or or bring back, or we will go out and buy franchises that are dormant from other companies that aren't using them. Like, we'll go to Konami and say, hey, give us the rights to Mystical Ninja. We're going to bring that back. Could you imagine Mystical Ninja as like a battle royale style game? That would be amazing. Or in addition to a full adventure type game as well. There's so much they could do, but we could talk about that all day long, what Nintendo could do.
Yeah, you bring up some good points, man. And let me send a shout out, Dark Side. I see you. 65 hours already? Octopath, 65? You've been putting in, bro. You have to let us know how it is, man, how you liking it so far. But 65 plus hours in, have you hit some of those areas of complaints? Is there anything that you don't like? Is there anything that's you really like it? Let us know in the comment section. I speak up on it. Oh, my babies. Y'all hear them? My babies. But anyway, what's up, boo-boo? I'm doing the podcast, baby. Going back upstairs. Mama left the door open and y'all coming into the cave. There's dogs. Oh, they shut the door. I barked. They shut the door. Anyway, let's move on to this next topic. Where was I at? I gotta out of here. Let me look at it. All right, so what do you think about this whole thing about the Switch is currently saving the gaming market in Japan? I saw several articles on this talking about the fact that gaming in Japan was starting to take a dive, and the Switch has kind of brought that market back. Like, what do you think about that?
Well, it depends on what your point of view is. I mean, for me, I don't think that it saved console gaming at all. I mean, console gaming is still on the way down. I mean, the PlayStation 4 is not selling anymore because of the Switch. And the Xbox certainly isn't selling anymore because of the Switch. I think that the Switch is a device that was built specifically for that demographic. When Nintendo was designing Nintendo Switch, the Japanese market was what they designed the console for. It was not designed for us in the West necessarily. They knew that it would do well over here, but they had no idea that it would do as well as it's doing. They knew it was going to do well in Japan. They knew that. They banked on that. So the Switch kind of wasn't that much of a gamble at all as far as Japan is concerned, because portable gaming has always flourished over there. The 3DS flourishes over there. The Vita flourishes over there.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. The Vita
flourishes over there.
That is crazy. Go ahead.
And if Microsoft had a portable console, it would probably do better over there than their home console does. But it's because that whole environment, the Japanese they are very mobile people. They're always on the go. They're not at home a lot. It's always hustle and bustle. So the Switch is a perfect console for that. And before that, you had the 3DS, and you had the Vita, and you had the PSP, and you had Game Boy, and regular DS, and all that type of stuff. It's always done well over in Japan. So I think that, because the Switch is basically a extremely powerful portable console to the point where if you plug it into a TV, nothing changes. It's still a portable console, and that's how the Japanese market saw it. That's how Nintendo sees it, and that's the reason why things are going as well as they are. The reason why it may look like it's saving console gaming is the whole idea of people calling the Switch a home console, which I will never do. But I know some people do, and that's fine, whatever. But like I said, the Switch success has not helped the PlayStation 4. It has not helped the Xbox One. So console gaming over there is still dying. And then I would even take it a step further, and I think that the Switch success might actually be exasperating and hastening the destruction of console gaming.
The actual console, the actual dedicated home console. Nintendo is playing both fields, is walking in both lanes. But I get what you're saying. Truthfully, the Switch, because of its uniqueness, the fact that, like I was just sitting here, that Dark Sun Rider said, I play a lot at work too, so I don't really have to stop playing. I don't have anything I can say that I can think of to complain about. I love the music, gameplay, and the battle system. So he's mostly playing at work away from the dock, handheld. And I'm pretty sure that's what's going on in Japan. They are playing handheld, and because they do have the luxury to dock it if they so desire, this system having that aesthetic to it can be considered a home console if you choose to play that way. But for the most part, you're right, D2K, it's probably going to hurt the actual home console market in Japan. It's not going to help it.
Well, I was saying that the Switch actually may have changed the game in console gaming, period.
Oh, period. Okay.
Not just in Japan, but period. Because even though the PlayStation 4 is still destroying everything, it's still the top seller, and it still hasn't slowed down at all, I think that you see that all these companies are basically falling back to what they do best. Nintendo said, we've always dominated with portable gaming. All of our IPs are built for portable gaming. We've made the most money in software. We've made the most money in hardware. That's where we should focus our things, making a portable console that's good enough that you can plug into a TV and play it like a console if you want to. Microsoft, on the other hand, is saying, we're going to start leveraging what we do best. What we do best is basically what the rumors that I'm hearing about Xbox Scarlet, about you're going to have your set-top box, but you're also going to have another box which is dedicated for streaming purposes only, and then you're going to be able to also stream Xbox, whatever it's going to be called, games to whatever mobile device that you have. So whether your phone is powerful enough or whether you have a tablet, the whole infrastructure has been put in place over the past several, 3-4 years with Xbox Smart Glass and them, working with the cloud and stuff like that.
Surface and all that, like K-Bond with the Surface.
Surface tablets and stuff like that. They've been building the infrastructure for this for years now, and they didn't really have this stuff to put it into place when the original Xbox One came out. But now you got all these people who have Surface tablets. So all these people who have regular tablets, doesn't matter what tablet it is. If you can download an app to play Xbox One games on your device and say, let's just say that you're just a casual gamer. Like you just play games on your phone or your tablet, but you want to play Halo. So you download their app, and I can download Halo and play it on my tablet. And I don't have to play anything else.
And you don't have to be connected to your TV to do it.
Exactly. So I'm not sure if they're going to be ambitious to do that, but based off of what I'm hearing, it's just that's what they're doing. But again, this is going away from the dedicated home console paradigm. And the only person that seems to be stuck in the mud is Sony, but that works for them.
So I think really Sony K-Bomb uses his Surface and he streams his PlayStation 4 to that Surface. Like when he goes out of town, he can stream his game to his Surface and play it on his Surface. There's an app to do that too. It ain't. I don't know if the stream is and the signal is as strong as, you know, and like with the frames per second and all that. It ain't as steady, but he can do it there too. So Sony has that too.
Well, I mean, it's possible that they could use the actual console as a booster for that power. Like you could, like, you know, that could be the console itself could be a supplemental computing device. You see what I'm saying? So you could boost the power, boost the signal from where it's coming from, so that where it goes to wherever you are, you're getting. Not only are you getting a boosted signal, but you got all your save information and all that type of stuff, so you can just keep on going like nothing ever happened. Same thing. It's just like with the Switch. Instead of actually taking the thing with you, you can just transfer all the information to your portable device, whatever it is. But I think that this is the direction that gaming is going. I think that the Switch was the first catalyst, the first domino to fall to get us away from the traditional set-top box format.
Okay. I see that. You're right. I mean, now that I think about it, Microsoft has definitely been creating an ecosystem to where, like they say, play anywhere on anything, long as you are connected to the source, which is, I guess, Windows 10. If you got Windows 10 on there, they have connected all your devices to where you can access all your devices that's related to Microsoft, Xbox, your games, anything that you got digitally downloaded, or you can access your files and play anywhere on anything, long as you have it tethered to that ecosystem. I think Sony is trying to do it through their streaming process that K-Bum told us about a few times. Now, I don't know how far away from the home K-Bum can get. I know in the home, he can stream his PlayStation game to his tablet and play. And I know he said he's taking it away from home and through Wi-Fi, some kind of way he's done it. But I don't know if I had to let him explain it because I don't know how that all works. But it seems that Sony is trying to work some way to where they have their own ecosystem as well. Not as robust as Microsoft, but at the same time, you are able to play away from the actual box under the TV. But Nintendo done it in a practical sense. Here, take what's under the TV out from under the TV and go out the door. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And take your games with you. No need. The ecosystem is in your hand at all times, wherever you want to go. So, you're right, man. You're right. And looking at what's going on in Japan, it makes sense that a game system like the Switch would go to the top when the 3DS was at the top, the DS was at the top, the Game Boy's at the top. The Vita is successful over there. The PSP was successful over there. And home consoles has slowly been on the decline over there, I would say, since PSP, since DS era, the home console has steady been trending south. So the Switch makes it was the perfect storm, so to speak, for Japan. It was the perfect thing for their market, for their gaming consumers. It makes sense for the Switch to be where it is over there. So it ain't shocking. I think people try to make it be more than what it is, but it is a good thing to see the Switch dominating. But Nintendo has been dominating Japan for the last probably 20, 25, 30 decades now. So anyway, so let's see what people saying down here. Simzim Afro King said the next Switch needs to have all the things improved upon. I agree. A lot of us don't have the time, as Dark Sun Riders has or says. You won't have time to complain so much about it as long as the games keep coming. I'm with you. I can't play at work. I wish I did have the luxury Dark Sun has. I'll be at work. They'd probably fire me because I'd be in there playing too much. But I'd be scared I'm gonna forget it or leave it somewhere and somebody walk off with my stuff, and then I'll be yoking folks up all through the hallway like, who got my Switch? I don't want to do this. I leave it at home. But I do want Nintendo to improve on the capability of the Switch. Maybe get that new Was it Pascal? Is that what it was, or what was that chip? That new one that they
Tegra X2.
Yeah.
The thing is that they can make a more powerful Switch, obviously, but there's only so much you can do with a portable device.
Right.
You know, there's only so much that you can do. You only make it so powerful. I mean, I've looked at the most powerful tablets out there, and you know, horsepower wise, they're not that much more powerful than the Switch, because you have to think about these are things that are designed for, you know, more multitasking thing, not just for gaming or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But these are gaming tablets. But you know, there's only so much you can do when you have to worry about power draw and stuff like that. You're playing with a battery, and you can have a console that gives you fantastic visuals, but you only play it for a half an hour. You know, I mean, I remember the Game Gear way back in the early 90s and how far and beyond it was in terms of graphics for the handheld system, but you can only play it for like half an hour. batteries were dead, you know. So I mean, they have batteries that are better. They have newer batteries that can last longer, but again, you know, you're not going to get, you know, PS4 Pro or Xbox One X level graphics on a portable device. Only thing that you can really do to trade off is basically say, I'm cool with the graphics being the way that they are in portable mode. Give me a dock that can be married to that power that the system has, that can bump it up to next gen levels.
That's kind of what I was alluding to. But I will say this, even in that, what you said is very true. I still think Nintendo with the Switch is a marvel of a system, what they're able to do to get that level of quality in a handheld system is very impressive. And to get that with drawing energy like 12 volts of electricity, like that level, like that small level of energy being drawn, and you're still able to push out some of the stuff that we're seeing coming from the Switch docked is very, very impressive. So like Sim saying, like you were saying, like I was saying, if they can do something to improve the dock to cause it to aid the Switch portable device to get up to maybe, you know, better solid frame rates, maybe actual 1080p. I'm gonna be honest, I don't need 4K. I don't think we need 4K. I think we hit that threshold, what you said. I feel like we at the threshold where what we seeing visually is good enough. I don't think anything beyond this is going to have the same payoff as it did jumping from 480 to standard definition to 720 to 1080. I don't think the same jump is gonna happen again. We gonna see it in other things, stability in how the game runs, maybe AI, maybe people on the screen, physics. I think that's the next level. Visuals, I think, has hit its threshold. There's only so much the eyes can take in anyway, and only so much the visuals can even see. I just was watching a video the other day talking about that, shared it with you guys, that there's a lot of this stuff we can't even see. And we only say it and brag about it because they tell us we supposed to be seeing it. We ain't actually seeing it. We just brag about what we think we seeing, or what the numbers say we're seeing, but that ain't actually what's actually taking place. So I think visually we've hit the threshold. 1080p is about as good as it's going to get. 4K is better, but you missing a lot in 4K, and then 8K ain't even realistic. Ain't even no point even talking about it because the bandwidth, the amount of gigs needed to run that, we ain't nowhere near close. If we going digital, it ain't nowhere near close. We're gonna even scratch the surface of that. I don't even think we scratching 4K for real. Every time I watch Netflix and it talks about 4K Ultra, I'm buffering. It's buffering every 30 minutes. I gotta watch the little circle come up so that the rest can be loaded. So unless you're ready for that type of experience in your gaming, 1080p is, I think it was 1080p 60 frames per second is the sweet spot. I think that's where we need to be. I think Nintendo can achieve that with a Switch-like device, and I would love to see them do it. let me see, first name basis. How about pedal powered switch?
He's being
powered by. Okay, yeah, he's being funny. All right, first name. Stop clowning me like that. I thought you was putting something serious up in there. Anyway, let's move to our main topic. I see Sim Zim talking about solar power. I should have saw it. He responded to Sim Zim. But anyway, let's move to this main topic. And this was brought up by Keith. He was going to try to jump on. I don't know if he got freed up yet. If he can and available and listening, you can jump in if you can. Matter of fact, did I send him an invite? Let me send you an invite, Keith. Just in case I didn't. If you are free, you can jump in whenever you want to. But he asked a question. And he sent the video that was talking about this. And I said, man, this would be a good topic. Because I have noticed that in my gaming and in my day-to-day information gathering, I don't go to IGN for it. I don't go to like the game trailers and the N4Gs and none of these places to get my information, dude. I go straight to YouTube or Twitter. All the information I ever get about gaming, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft is through word of mouth and YouTube. I get more information from Player Essence, OJ, and others like OJ than I ever get from IGN and any other place. So I guess the question is, what did the journalists do to cause the decline in the way that we interact with these major websites that are dedicated to gaming that we're supposed to get all our new information from? Like, what has happened to the journalists and have they damaged gaming journalism? Go ahead.
Well, I think that it was more or less that people started to find out that a lot of these journalists were on the tape by certain companies, and there was no trust level anymore. You know, people like Jeff Keighley, you know, guys like Adam Sessler, you know, your boy Michael Pachter,
Marcus Beer, hip hop gamer,
you know, people like that, you know, they were found to be on the tape from certain companies, getting money on the table, whatever, being sponsored by certain companies. And then on the other side, you know, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people who have websites, whatever, they're too fanboyish to one company or another. They're a Microsoft fanboy, a Nintendo fanboy, or Sony fanboy, or EA fanboy, or Activision fanboy, or fangirl, whatever it might be. And you don't really have this. It's not unbiased journalism. They'll talk about the news, but it'll be spun in a way that makes the company that they like look best and demonize everybody else. And it's a waste of time for somebody who's trying to get the actual news. And, you know, gaming journalism is no different than regular journalism. It's all about money. They're going to say what makes money. Clicks, controversy creates cash. That's been the thing for years. And as long as what we're saying is getting people to click, it doesn't matter if it's logical. It doesn't matter if it makes sense. It doesn't matter if it's true. As long as people are clicking on it and talking about it in the comment section, we are making money. I go to a site like VG Charts, and I look at the side panel, which is showing all the trending topics in their forums. Probably 80% of that has absolutely nothing to do with games. Talking about Trump, talking about Putin, talking about this or that, or, you know, it's like, this is a gaming site. I thought, perhaps, maybe, I thought, you know, it's getting to the point where it's just like people are controlled by, you know, the powers that be. They just have like wind-up toys or wind-up keys in their back, and they just do whatever they're told to do and think however they're told to think. And nobody actually wants to talk about what's going on in the gaming industry anymore. People have agendas, and they push their agendas on you through their editorials rather than just say, hey, this is what I heard from this point of view. This is what I heard from that person. And there it is. You figure it out for yourself. Well, that's what I want to do. Just tell me what's going on that I don't know, and then let me do my own investigation on top of that. You know, when you got other people's channels, and I'm not going to name any names, but people who dedicate their lives to finding negative things to say about certain companies, It's actual true information, but you're cherry picking things that fit your agenda. You don't like this company, so you only find all the negative news about that company and put that on your channel versus telling us the negative and positive things so we can look at the whole big picture. So, that's one of the reasons why, because it's no reason to trust journalism anymore. IGN is about money. GameSpot is about money. Nintendo everything is about money. Nintendo Life is about money. All the Sony sites are about money. Microsoft sites are about money. It's about money, 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 money. It's not about truth.
True. Welcome to the show, Nassin Gamer. Sorry that you got the notification late. I don't know what's going on with Nintendo. I mean, not Nintendo, but YouTube, because I noticed you said that a few times before. We're going to figure out why you're getting our notifications so late. We got to figure that out, man, so we can be here at the beginning. The Truth said the same thing. The Truth always getting it after we're done. He's like, man, I didn't even get a notification. We got to figure out what's going on. But welcome to the show, bro. Happy to have you here. I'm going to read what First Name Basis said. He said, yes, everything is so scripted. I agree. They know what they aren't going to say before they write or say anything. Too much holding back. $sign. What it say? Dictates. So you're right. This is something like, I don't know if y'all know how long many of you been following this channel and me, Levelhead, back when me and Live, when Live, before he passed away, rest in peace, L Live. I used to go back and forth, and me and Hip Hop Gamer used to be pretty cool. But I used to go back and forth with Hip Hop Gamer because just like Jedi Knight, I mean, not Jedi, but D2K says, he allowed his preferences to dictate his view of everything. His journalism was filtered through his bias of Sony. And I kept trying to tell him, and I warned him several times, like, dude, you're going to hurt yourself in the long run. You're going to start to decline, because as your voice wanes, as people be, even the most fanboy of fanboys don't like blatant fandom like that, like where you just making up stuff for the purpose of making this piece of plastic appear to be the best or appear to be on top. Even fanboys get tired of that.
Or when you refuse to acknowledge any of the good points that the company that you don't like has at all. I mean, it's one thing to say, yeah, I hear all that and that stuff is good, but this is why what I like is better. No, they won't even do that. It's like, no, that's stupid, that's dumb, that's the dumbest thing ever. It's files, So
yeah, and I noticed, like, I would tell them, like, dude, you are a journalist first. Don't say you are the number one journalist. I always tell them, don't say you are the number one journalist and you don't know the facts about why this company is not producing for, and at that time it was Nintendo. And maybe my love affair with Nintendo was a little too on my shoulder. I had to check my own self in my fandom. But I wasn't calling myself a professional journalist. I wasn't one covering and going to interviewing. I wasn't at E3. I wasn't writing articles that were in, being covered by the N4Gs and all this stuff. He was considered a professional journalist, even though he never really was a professional journalist. He called himself that. And I would watch him straight put his foot in his mouth all the time and had to walk back things and go at different journalists because of what they said or didn't say about Sony. And I remember he predicted that the Switch was going to fail, and he didn't see it doing great. And then when it went the way it went, then he said, well, give it a few months, and then we know if it's a success. And then when it went past that, he has nothing to say. It's like, dude, you cannot be a professional journalist and allowing your journalism to be laced with bias rhetoric and bias thinking. Same thing with Marcus Beer. I used to listen to him on game trailers. And you said, what's his name? You said one that from back in the day with
Adam Sessler.
Adam Sessler, the same thing. Like, they journalism was skewed towards whoever was lining their pockets or whatever the narrative or what the agenda that the website was trying to push. And at that time, Microsoft was the thing. Not even Sony was the thing at that time. It was Microsoft, and Microsoft could do no wrong with the 360, and Sony, and and to a lesser sense, Nintendo was always stepping in the boo-boo. Anything Sony did wrong, they was going to make huge example of it. Sony doesn't have voice chat. Why is Sony behind the times? Won't they get their act together? This, that, and the third. Look, they just anything that, like you said, to create controversy, drama, to drive up the clicks through clickbait titles and all this. And I think it eventually, as YouTube and Twitter and Twitch begin to have content creators who, in the same sense, were biased no less than they are, but you didn't have to go to these websites and entertain opposing thoughts. You can go follow whomever you want to follow and get all the information you want and be in the community that you want to be in and get lost in that community. The ears for the voices left to another platform, and now all these people are slowly being displaced. They don't have a platform. They don't have an audience to spew their nonsense to anymore. And journalism is not dead, but the traditional sense of journalism is dying. Like IGN is one of the few still out there. I commend what Player Essence is doing, but Player Essence is more of a YouTube personality than he is anybody. I don't know how much traction his website get, but I know his YouTube channel. You go to see OJ YouTube channel. I don't go to Player Essence website hardly at all, but I do check them out on YouTube. So as YouTube came in, Twitter came in, Twitch came in, and even Facebook to an extent, people just gravitated away from these platforms and just went to their own groups, and they got lost there. I think that's where everybody get their information from, the same sources, and it's mostly off of YouTube. So I think they just when they started doing the clickbait, causing all this commotion and drama, like D2K said, stirring up false hysteria, false frustration, false praise, all for the mighty dollar. It caused the industry to kind of collapse in the traditional sense, and we don't even respect them under these journalists, and no one is stepping up to replace them.
Well, I mean, some people don't fancy themselves as journalists, but they fancy themselves as insiders, and they get themselves into trouble by giving us information that they think is going to happen, not really checking to find out if this information is legit, or even putting a caveat out there to say, this is subject to change. We saw last year a huge situation where a YouTuber went out and said certain things were going to happen on a certain date, and they didn't happen. And then basically, instead of saying, okay, I was wrong, I was stupid, I shouldn't have said that, he held on to it and said that it still happened at some point, and there was no reason for you to even put your neck out there for this, because this information that you got was not trustworthy in the first place. I have no doubt that somebody told him something, but it's more than likely somebody told him something just to make him look like a fool, because they saw him do this before. And somebody said, I'm going to have some fun with this guy. I'm going to tell him that this and this and this and this is going to happen, and then watch the puppy fly. And you just have to understand that who you are and what you're doing. If you're just a person sitting in front of a computer, you're not a journalist, you're not an insider, you're just a person that loves playing games. Just be honest about what you're saying. I heard this is a rumor, but it's a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt. Don't put your neck out on something like this as a journalist if you're not a journalist. Because if you're a journalist, you have certain credentials and you have certain abilities to get backstage passes or access to places or talk to people that are ahead of the company, where you can confirm whether this is true or not. Right. But people who are just YouTubers, you don't have that kind of act. You don't have that kind of power. You don't have that kind of clout. So don't put yourself out there like that.
And the truth is, D2K, I would go so far to say that gaming never really ever had real journalists. We had people using this platform to get to another platform. Or their heart wasn't behind the journalism that they was doing. They were not real gamers. They were only using this as something they could add to their portfolio to pitch to the Fox and the CNNs and where they really trying to go. Gaming was just a tool for them to get to the next level in their career where they was trying to get to. Or they really want to get to work for Sony. But they started at IGN as a journalist and built those relationships inside of Sony, built those relationships inside of Microsoft, built those relationships inside of Nintendo. And then the next thing you know, they leave in IGN because they work directly for Nintendo. I remember one female at IGN used to be on the podcast. I think of her name at this moment. I don't mean to call her a female. I'm just saying. But she started at IGN. She started on the Nintendo channel, and she was really good. But eventually, her whole aspiration was to get to Nintendo itself and work for Nintendo. So IGN was just a stepping stone. So her journalism was really just a filler till she got where she was really trying to go as a person who worked at Nintendo for Nintendo and in game creation, thought, and and all the stuff that she's currently doing now. The same with old dude that used to do Beyond. And now they got their own thing over there, but they were never really like, how can you have a person who is clearly biased in his views reviewing games that are not on the system that they are extremely biased towards? You're never going to get a real honest review. You're going to get a skewed review. So it ain't like, and we starting to see this in actual news itself as well. Our news is turning into a circus where it ain't even respectable anymore. You can't go to CNN, MSNBC, and Fox and get real news anymore. It's geared to a certain audience. It's biased and skewed to a certain audience. Where back in the day, the news was the news.
I don't think we've seen legitimate news since the days of Walter Cronkite, which is way before.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, but it started to become very apparent and very noticeable that our news ain't news anymore. So if they have been turned, actual real who went to college for journalism, not I went to college for this, I was a gamer and got picked up and thought it was cool and somebody picked me up because they liked a few of my posts. That's what we got in the game now. A lot of these cats didn't go to school for journalism. They were gamers who had a following or voice in the comment section, got picked up, brought up, and given a position at these websites. They weren't real journalists. And we expecting them to walk according to a code that they never would walk to because they weren't real journalists. So I don't even know if gaming has had real journalism for a while now, to be honest with you. But it is clearly dead in the traditional sense. We have a few major players holding on, but for the most part, they're on YouTube too now. Most of their information is on YouTube. People ain't going to the website anymore.
And
y'all hear my babies? That's my oldest daughter. He's doing a pot. Shut that door. Anyway, so yeah, man. Any final thoughts on this?
Well, I just kind of skim over the news in general and kind of do my own investigation based off of the factual information that's out there. I don't really listen to one person. Well, this person said this, therefore it means so. I don't do that with anything. I always find out what people are talking about, then I do my own background checks on top of that to find out what's really going on. So, but that's if I actually even care in the first place. And a lot of stuff I don't really care about. I just care about, certain things in terms of gaming. When new consoles are coming out, when new games that I'm interested in playing are coming out, when price drops are happening on certain things, what deals are going to be happening in games that are available. That's the type of stuff I care about. And I don't care about what's happening, this he said, she said type of stuff, or, or somebody's opinion about a game. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. Your opinion of the game means nothing to me. not a thing. So that's all I can really say about it.
I'm gonna read what Ninsin Gamer said. He says you can expect fans to promote their favorites, but professional journalists need to be above all that. I totally agree, because otherwise they are not doing their job. They should quit. I agree, man. I mean, what's the point of being here if you ain't gonna be professional? I mean, if that's what you claiming to be. If you like I said, hip hop gamer, have no issue with him. Quite fond of hip hop gamer, cool guy, but you ain't a professional journalist. Because a professional journalist is going to gather the facts, like D2K said. I'm not going to jump on and start spewing a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't have all the facts. I'm going to, okay, this developer, this company don't want to bring a game to this platform. Oh, back with Nintendo, it was too weak. Okay, that's what this developer say. Well, let's go find out what these developers who are actually working on Nintendo games and what they say. Is the system too weak, or what is it? And then compare the two, and then, hey, I got this counterpoint to make that you said this studio over here said that it has enough power. So what do you mean? Why isn't it not enough power for you? Then, like, he wouldn't do that if they said there wasn't enough power. See what I told you? It's too weak. That's the problem. Nintendo need to make it stronger. It's like, bro, you ain't did no research at all. It's like, man, come on, bro. You can't call yourself a professional journalist.
Well, that's the thing, is that he already had an idea of what he wanted to say in the first place, and he basically cherry-picked a piece of information that fit his narrative.
Right.
He wanted to say the Switch is weak, and therefore he need to make a better, more powerful console. So he went and found a piece of information where a developer says, well, we can't run this game on Switch because it's too weak. Rather than using, you don't even have to even go and get the information. Just use common sense if you have it, if it's functioning. Mm-hmm. Anybody can put any game on any piece of technology if they want to. The question is not, will it run? The question is, will it run well? That's the whole thing. You can put any game that's on the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One or PC on the Switch today, and it will run. The question is, how would it run?
Right.
And that's how you can change the narrative and use it to fit your own narrative. Well, the Switch can't run it the way it does on the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, so it's not powerful at all.
Right. Yeah, man. And I feel sorry for him. I mean, he had made some great strides, but I just noticed his voice. I don't hear him no more. Maybe he out of my radar, but I don't see him no more. I noticed his channel, his YouTube channel ain't as live as you know, his views ain't as up as usual. I noticed on Twitter, like he just ain't. I don't know. I was like, what happened to dude? Like, and I think what I tell him, like, bro, you isolate yourself to this one, and that's why I changed. That's why I pivoted. That's like, as much as I love Nintendo, I don't want to be isolated to only being able to talk about that. And anything I talk about that ain't that, I lose my audience. I said, I'd rather create a whole new audience that's open to whatever we talk about. They here to hear us and our opinions about whatever we talk about in gaming, rather than having to be forced to only talk Nintendo. See what I'm saying? Like, I want to talk Sony. I want to talk Microsoft. I want to talk movies. I want to talk whatever we choose to talk about. And I want the audience to be here to hear what we got to talk about, not what am I going to say great about Nintendo. And that's why I switched, because I felt like I was being cornered into all I could talk about Nintendo. And I noticed if I wasn't talking about Nintendo, my views was down. I was like, I don't want that, because some days I'm not going to be wanting to talk about Nintendo. I'm going to want to talk about Sony. I'm going to want to talk about Microsoft, and I'm not going to be wanting to bash them. I'm going to want to talk like about God of War 4 and be praising and be happy and be like when I talked about the Xbox and Sunset Overdrive. I love that game, and I noticed cats didn't like the fact that I was playing Sunset Overdrive. Like, bro, if this is how it's going to be, I gotta flip it, and I flipped it, and yeah, I literally had to start over, but we've been building back up. But I'd rather do that and have an authentic audience that's here to hear our voice about whatever we talk about, rather than having to skew myself to fit a narrative and an agenda of trying to fight this imaginary council war that's imaginary. It's fake, you know, and I couldn't be that no more. But with that being said, man, Any final thoughts before we get out of here? I'm gonna look through this comment section and see what folks are saying and see if there's anything relevant to what we're talking about. Let me see. It says, me neither, but even though my Game Informer subscription have ran out, GameStop is still sending me back and saying, first thing best, you better call GameStop and say, hey, cut this out. Cut that off. Mm-hmm. Who else in here? Yeah, you don't want them trying to charge you for stuff that you ain't paying.
You took the magazine, so you always these companies are good about that. They'll let stuff keep going and then send you a bill later, even though they know that you don't have the money to pay for it or whatever, or you didn't renew it. You say, oh, yes, you did. No, I didn't.
Dark Sun Rider, I want to do more videos, man. I just been crazy busy, bro. And I just upgraded everything, so I have the computer to speed up that process. I just ain't got back into the loop of it, but just stick with me, man. Right now, the podcasting is what I really enjoy because I like being on here with like D2K, Keith Norris, K-Bum, and Jedi. I kind of love these discussions, but I'm gonna start trying to pick up my personal videos as well. Just be patient with me, bro. As my kids get a little older and they ain't needing my presence and giving my wife a break, or either sharing in the frustration of chasing them down, then I'll start back jumping on them videos, man. But I appreciate it, bro. I plan on doing it at some point here soon, though. Just stick with me. Any final thoughts, D2, or we can get on out of here?
I don't have any final thoughts.
Okay. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I guess we got a direct coming this Thursday. I'm still kind of flabbergasted by the fact that we got a direct that's catered to Smash Bros. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And yeah, we'll be there to watch it. You laughing? I don't get it.
I can't. This is just so
it's predictable.
I'm not laughing at the fact that they did this. I'm laughing at the fact that I know in a couple of days there will be videos people defending this.
Yeah,
maybe even sooner than that.
Yeah, if they listen to our podcast. I mean, like I said, I ain't got no Nintendo could do. I came to this conclusion, and like Sims just said, play what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like what you want. I think that's what he said down there.
Love what you want.
Love what you want. Love what you play. I'm gonna love whatever I play. If Nintendo put it out and I want it, I'm gonna get it. But I don't get where Nintendo mind is. We just complained about too much Smash. You come out. See, we finna go a little longer. But anyway, I'm gonna say this and I'll leave it alone. We complained about too much Smash at E3. Nintendo quickly announces that there were more titles that were not announced that's going to be announced here soon. So we've been waiting for a Nintendo Direct to hear about these other titles. And the first Nintendo Direct after the complaint of too much Smash is more Smash. That is Nintendo sometimes in a nutshell, man. It boggles the mind. It's like, okay, we got too much Smash at E3, so apparently y'all want more Smash.
That is unabashed arrogance. But I mean, that is them saying that they basically walk on the stage with no pants on, with their back to you, saying it's super sweet. Oh, we know ain't nothing gonna happen to us.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. But I'll be there to watch and see what it is, and we'll be on to talk about it next week. But hopefully next week or this next Sunday, if not this coming Thursday. It seems depend on how stuff fall. But with that being said, I appreciate everyone who was in the live chat. Oh, K-Bum is down here. I had a church and family stuff to take care of. So church and family is more important. I know it is than the podcast. I understand, bro. But everybody that was in the live chat, y'all kept us company. Y'all kept things popping. Want to send a shout out to Jerry Totten, Phoenix Star 5000, Dark Sun Rider, Zim, aka Afro King, first name basis. Did I say Dark Sun Rider? Yeah, I said him already. Who else is down here?
Keith was in there for a second.
Keith Norris was in the pod in the live chat. Leonardo S. Preach it, brother. I'm trying to. Who else is in here? I want to get all you guys, man. Show that I appreciate you showing up. D2K is on the podcast and in the live chat. Shout out to you, D2. K-Bum 20. And I think that's it. With that being said, this has been the Live and Level Gamers Podcast, episode 156. Hope that y'all enjoyed it. See y'all on the flip side. To them, stay safe, stay gaming, stay blessed. Deuces.